Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and today I'm going to show you how to enlarge a pattern for a child's A-line dress. And this is something that you can use to give a little bit more room to just about any pattern. So this is the front of a dress pattern, and it's going to be cut on the fold. What you want to work with are these flat seams that are the center front and the center back lines on the pattern. For the front of the dress, it's going to be placed on a fold, so it's not really a seam, but the back of the dress, it would be a seam. What you don't want to do is try and enlarge things on the sides of the dress and around the armholes. That is just kind of a nightmare waiting to happen. So you want to work with the straight lines that exist on the pattern. And what you're going to do is add a little bit of extra width to it by adding another line on the front here. In order to calculate what you need there, you have to take the total distance that you want to add all the way around the body and divide that by 4. Because remember, if this is just the dress front and this is cut on the fold, whatever you add here is going to be added twice, and you're going to add that same amount to the back of the dress. So let's say I want to add 2 inches all the way around the body on this dress. That means I'm going to add just a 1/2 inch to this line. So take a nice ruler, and I'm going to line this up so that the line of the pattern is at the 1/2 inch mark. And I'm going to just draw an extra line out here. So that part's easy. I'm doing this with a red pen so that you can see the difference between the line I've drawn and the line that already exists on the pattern. So you're going to add that line all the way down the pattern. The tricky part is anywhere you make an intersecting line, you have to make sure that it comes in exactly at a right angle. So I'm going to use my ruler again, and now I'm going to line that new red line that I drew. I'm lining it up exactly on one of my cross lines here so that this edge of the ruler is going to be perfectly perpendicular to it. You want an exact right angle, and then you're going to connect that over. And after you get that right angle in, you can smooth it. But you want to make sure that this angle here is a right angle. I want to show you here what will happen if you don't come in to your center line at a right angle. If you come in, say this is your neckline coming in, and you come in like that. So here's the center line of your dress, and here's the neckline coming in, and you can see that it's kind of sloped down a little bit. When you cut that and unfold it, it's going to look like this. It's going to come to a little point there. You can smooth that out afterwards, but it's much easier to just draw the line correctly the first time. If you do this, here's the neckline coming in, and you just have it coming up a little smidge instead of coming in exactly at a right angle. This is what it'll look like when you unfold it and cut it. Not exactly the neckline that you were shooting for. If you come in the right way and have it come exactly at a right angle there, which seems very flat, but when you open it up, you'll get a nice smooth curve, which is exactly what the neckline is supposed to do. The same thing will happen to the center line of the hem of it. Same exact kind of problems. You'll get these kinds of points dipping up when what you want is a perfectly smooth line. So you'll do this on the front line of the center front of the dress and on the center back of the dress pattern. You can do that on pants patterns. You can do that on basically any pattern that has a straight line running down the center of it. So that's it. You can add a little bit of room to any garment pattern by working with adding a little bit of extra distance to those center front and center back lines. Make sure that you're only adding 1/4 of the total distance that you want to add, and make sure that any cross lines that you put in there, the line where the neck line joins the center front line or the hem line joins the center front line, and make sure that where they join is exactly a 90-degree angle, and you'll get a perfect addition every time. Also, don't forget to add the same amount to any facings that the pattern might have. So if it's a dress pattern that has facings on it, make sure you add the same distance to those facings or they won't fit together. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. I'll see you next time.